Welcome to another edition of Pat's Couch. Hey, today we're here talking with Mr. Ben Gust, who's our VP of Implementation Services. Ben, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you here. Now, when you hear VP of Implementation Services, you're probably saying, Pat, that rolled off your tongue really fast and easy. It must not be much of a job. But actually, when you think about the 1,200 SOWs he did last year, the 74 developers he has to manage, the implementation and QC folks that he has to oversee, it's a tough job with a lot of moving parts. So I want to talk to Ben today about some of the projects he's involved in, how he juggles this many balls in the air at the same time, and kind of see what his input is on how he does it and how he makes it happen here at Smart Data. So Ben, how many implementations and software enhancement projects have you done over the last couple of years, and how many are sitting on your plate right now?
You know, last year we got 40 implementations done. As you had mentioned, around 120 customer SOWs. We had another 300 internal projects that completed, and that's enhancements to like data capture queues, things that really keep the flow going. And that continues to go up, but over the past couple of years, I mean, that's a yearly input. Currently, we're tracking 20 different customers in implementation. We expect more to come in, and a couple hundred SOWs among the development team. So it's a busy time.
It never ends for this guy. And as far as what process or methodology are you using to manage all these?
We end up using the getting things done methodology.
That's my favorite methodology.
And so what that is it's breaking a project down into the high level milestones, and then we break the milestones down into small sequential tasks that can be completed within a 1 week time frame. We meet weekly to review the tasks that had been assigned last week, the current status of the project, and what tasks are coming up then to continue driving us towards completing those milestones and the completion of the project.
Okay. And one of the things I'm asked from customers all the time whenever they start something new is they always say, we want this to be successful. We do not want to throw a curveball or a hindrance at you. So my question to you is, what's the biggest indicator of success for a client?
I would say attendance of the weekly meetings is the biggest one.
Are you listening?
When meetings get canceled, especially if it's multiple weeks in a row, it really grinds the project to a halt, and it could cause us to lose momentum. Outside of the attendance of the weekly meetings, the completion of the action items, and then timely feedback once we get into that testing phase and making sure that we can keep the momentum going.
And that testing phase, I know it's not on our list of questions, but I always think people say, how many iterations of testing are we going to do? My gosh, we're testing forever. Testing helps, and it assures that we have success. Can you talk just a second about that?
Absolutely. We break it down into 3 different testing phases. We have a small one just to make sure that our systems can talk to each other. A large one, which is more of a scenario testing, making sure that we're covering all the different scenarios the customer may encounter. Okay. And then a soak test, which is production level volume that goes on for the course of the week to make sure that they are seeing the cues and the system is humming as it would in production, and really helps us make sure we get everything configured.
Love it. And as far as what are customers most surprised about as it pertains to the Smart Data implementation process?
This is a data integration, and it's not a software rollout like Microsoft Word might be. A lot of customers view us as, taking a paper claim and turning it into an 837 is a flip of the switch and one size fits all. There is a lot of automation advantages that are realized by going through and fine-tuning an edit profile that fits a client's claims and their adjudication system and the 837 mappings. By going through that iterative process of testing, we can really help get the auto adjudication rates pretty high for our clients.
Which is what everybody wants. Okay. Now, what type of projects are you seeing the most of now? What types of projects you seeing coming down the pipe?
They're definitely centering around the processing of unstructured data. So correspondence processing or EDI that comes in with the attachments, the stuff that is different than the standard CMS 1500s or UB04s, or has a unique spin on them.
Okay, and walk me through one of those. Walk me through what that looks like, who's involved at what stages. Again, I'm not looking for the 30-minute overview, just more of a,
Sure.
hey, what happens? How does it work out?
Sure. Well, to fit back into our project methodology, I like to break it down into the high-level milestones. So the first part is the pre-project planning, where we'll meet and we really want to understand the current process and the pain points that our customers are experiencing. From there, we look at our tool set and where we can fit in and what opportunities we have to help alleviate some of that pressure. Once we get that worked out and project plan put together, we will kick off the project and begin with the initial configuration and that first test phase that we talked about, where we come up with the first steps to get it going, typically setting up a data exchange or getting those samples, and then walking that through the process and then sending it to them. That initial configuration oftentimes will take around 2 weeks or so, maybe 3 for that first test phase. And then we go into our large volume test, which I touched on a little bit, and a lot more scenario testing to make sure we're covering all the different sorts of correspondence and unstructured data that they have. Once again, that can take around 2 weeks. The test cycles are iterative and we want to make sure we get it right. And then that soak test, which that soak test itself lasts for a week, but that milestone will usually be around 2 to 3 weeks as we prepare for sending that daily volume to us processing, sending it to the client. We're respectful of the fact that they got to keep the lights on and keep processing it under their current methodology until we go live. Then we set a go live, we go live, and we enter the technical production monitoring phase. So that is really important, and we'd like to continue meeting weekly after we go live and ensure that the process is delivering and fulfilling their needs.
Okay, excellent. Well, you got the overview. That's where we're at. If you have any questions, by all means, give us a buzz. Again, I want to thank you, Ben. I appreciate you coming and taking part in Pat's Couch. Have a great day. Thank you, everybody.